the center, the better. You guys, do you know what day it is today? National Cupcake Day. This should be fun. Of course. I've got all this. And this is where I would normally start my bubblegum. We're going to start off with cupcakes today. First up, we have Hostess cupcake. Oh, I can't wait. Doesn't cake just taste so good with coffee? More cream. In the center, the better. What is it about cake, cupcakes, donuts? I'm more excited about the cake and cream than the icing, which has really been a change for me. Was almost, see, I enjoy taking the icing off. I didn't used to be like that before. And I'm gonna throw one more other Hostess item in. Simply because there's no category for the ding dong. It's not a cupcake. It's not a cake pop. It's not a cake, right? So I'm feeling sorry for the ding dong. So it's gonna get a little showcase today. While we're talking about the ding dong, what about the ho ho? Doesn't our Hostess have a chocolate ho ho? I thought I'd like the vanilla Hostess cupcake best. I think I'm liking this best. This was another lunchbox favorite from Mom back in the 60s. Twinkies and or ding dongs were the dessert. As you guys know, I used to make and decorate my own cakes when the kids were growing up. I took the Wilton cake decorating class. If I can find the pictures of the cakes I made for the kids, that might be fun. Let's see some pictures. And the last I remember like my last cake, hurrah cake, was a wedding cake, but I don't know, it was the same recipe, same design as a wedding cake, but it was a genealogy cake, and each layer represented one of the generations on my dad's side. Definitely 4 layers, possibly 5. Because my husband, my dad had always been big on genealogy, but my husband really brought it all together for many of our families and relatives. So there was us kids, then there were the parents, and the grandparents, and the great-grandparents, and I think on the very top, which makes me, I'm pretty sure it was a 5-layer, I had some kind of name or had some kind of reference to the family. I am having the best time with this chocolate. Ding dong. So, I'll tell you right now, it's going to be a terrible day for me. Both those items, you just saw me inhale faster than you could see what it was. What was that she put in her mouth? Full of wheat, full of gluten. However, I did try to anticipate, and I popped a couple of gluten capsules prior to inhaling, and we'll see how that works. I don't think it really works that well. I've changed my mind. Let's do Tootsie Roll Pop, raspberry. National Cupcake Day. Each year, December 15th also recognizes National Cupcake Day. Because there's a lot of stuff on that day. But of course, National Cupcake Day was closest, dearest to my heart. I have chocolate on me. The cupcake was originally known as the 1, 2, 3, 4 cake because the recipe called for 1 cup of butter, 2 cups of sugar, 3 cups of flour, and 4 eggs, and also 1 cup of milk and a spoonful of baking soda. Even the word cupcake sounds like a miniature celebration, like a party. Exactly. They've been known by other phrases that make us put our hands together in glee. For example, fairy cakes, patty cakes, cupcakes. 2 separate words instead of the one. Someone must have wanted to surprise a loved one with a sweet single-serving treat when they invented the cupcake. One of the first recipes for a cupcake can be traced back to 1796. A recipe notation for a cake to be baked in small cups was written in American Cookery by Amelia Simmons. Don't you wonder if she made them for her children or grandchildren? The earliest known documentation of the term cupcake shows up in 1828 in 75 recipes for pastry, cakes, and sweetmeats. The cookbook was by Eliza Leslie, and maybe she just liked individual servings. Bakers originally baked cupcakes in heavy pottery cups. Today, some bakers still use individual ramekins, small coffee mugs, larger teacups, or other small oven-proof pottery-type dishes for baking their cupcakes. they do make a beautiful presentation for those miniature cakes. I'll bet. That's a good idea. Today, cupcakes are an art form. Bakers create elaborate decorations and displays utilizing a variety of ingredients. Whether they're the centerpiece of a wedding, birthday, or anniversary, cupcakes satisfy everyone's sweet tooth. Colorful, fun, these single-serving delights often offer a pleasing option when planning a celebration. The single-serve cake makes it convenient for serving and sharing. Today, there are a variety of recipes and just as many flavors to choose from. When it comes to celebrating National Cupcake Day, you are only limited by your imagination. For the bakers out there, it is time to make a batch of your favorite cupcakes. Some bakers may want to step out of the routine and bake something new. Have you been hankering to spice up your cupcakes a bit? Sometimes we need an explosion of flavor or a little extra sparkle in our baking. Hankering, that's a fun word. I have to remember to use hankering. You know, sometimes I say I've been on the fence or hemming and hawing. I'll try to remember it next time to say hankering. 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 Have you been hankering to spice up your cupcakes a bit? Angela wants to know. Since cupcakes are such a simple recipe, it is also an excellent time to invite the kids to the kitchen. They will love mixing and decorating their individual cakes. That's what's so special about a cupcake. Another great way to celebrate National Cupcake Day is sending a shout out to your local bakery. They will be baking up batches of colorful and flavorful cupcakes. Be sure to stop in and pick up a dozen to share and let them know how much you appreciate them too. While you're baking or shopping, be sure to share your favorite cupcake flavors. There are just so many to choose from. If you're looking for recipes, we have a couple of delicious ones for you to try too. Don't forget to take a picture and share it on social media as well. And they've got a couple, I'll post this link in the description box below. They got a couple recipes for cupcakes: margarita cupcakes, red velvet cupcakes. Question: what is a good way to transport cupcakes? Many companies make carriers perfect for transporting cakes from home to an event. These carriers are designed to carry at least a dozen cupcakes and also work as a serving tray as well. What is a good way to display so many cupcakes? You can make or buy a tiered display that allows guests to access cupcakes from all sides. Another way to display cupcakes is as one large cake placed side by side, and each cupcake makes up a larger cake and can be made into any shape. Yeah, a couple of things that are just new for now that were not new back in the day is I wonder when they wrote this paper, because they talk about like a tiered serving dish that I think everybody knows about, simply because of Amazon and all the stores out there. But somehow the way they wrote it made it sound like it wasn't an everyday thing now, that people would just know about, and if they needed one, you could always find one on Amazon. And the other thing is that show, The Cake Boss, or the cake show, I think it was, the original one was The Cake Boss. I'm not positive. But all the fondant cakes they do somehow has ruined it for me. I still prefer the old-fashioned icing, you know, with the tips and decorating with that. It's a different art form when you switch over to the fondant and you cover that cake with the fondant, that's a different art than when someone does the icing and goes that route. And I must say, I do think I enjoy the old-fashioned way better. And they've gone way extreme on the shows, and it's kind of ruined it for me a little bit. All the mechanical pieces and that's just, how society evolves. I don't even know if a Wilton cake TV show would even go over. I'd watch it. They really show you the basics. You get started down in the dirt, and they show you how to make the icing. Forgot the name of it. Just everything. And I have a daughter who bakes cakes. She never took a class, but I think somehow she remembered all the little tools and the stuff I had. And I've seen some of her cakes and cupcakes. Beautiful. In fact, I think I found an original Wilton YouTube video of the guy who started the Wilton School of Cake Decorating, was it? If I can find that, let me write that down. I can find that. Mr. Wilton? I'm not sure. Most of the cake pictures I have are from cameras, cell phone cameras, so they're a little washed out, but there's that. And then our wedding cake, we still have 2 huge serving trays from our wedding cake. We ordered our wedding cake from Pavilions. It's like a fancier, elaborate Vaughn's grocery store. And it was very simple. It was vanilla with raspberry filling. Something weird happened because they didn't show up as earlier as they said they would, and it kind of threw our schedule off a little. Not a big deal, but they just let us keep these jumbo trays. It's really nice. It was just lovely, simple and lovely. I think the reason we even went there is we were looking at these bakeries and the prices of wedding cakes from a bakery store, like outrageous. And we could get the same kind of a nice cake from Pavilions at not even near the cost. So we were happy.